Hello YouTube, today we will be discussing about hae-in general guide on how to build her and what to look out for when you are farming for her, especially in the beginning when you are still grinding for her higher rarity drops. So to start, we will be going over her ability. Her basic attack is a 3-stage attack that scales off her attack. Her core attack is a series of slashes that scale off her attack and deal an insane amount of damage. Her first skill, and the most important skill on her kit, is the Dancer, and it's a stabbing attack. But what makes this skill the most important one is the Waltz of the Sword effect, which means that when you land your skill, if you crit, then for 3 seconds you can use the skill with no cooldowns, dealing an absurd amount of damage if you hit them all. But wait, there's more. When you use the skill, you get the Dancer effect, and the Dancer gives you attack and crit damage stacking up to 3 times. As you can see, this skill is absurdly strong and the one that you should prioritize. When you go for your ultimate, don't forget to use these skills in order to stack up on the buffs. Her second skill, even though it doesn't do as much as the first skill, it still does a lot of good things. For starters, the damage in this skill is insane and it's increased by 50% against branded targets. We'll talk about branded later. And it applies Unrecoverable. Unrecoverable is an effect that stops your opponent from regenerating HP for 30 seconds, and when you fight the spider boss in the core missions or the demons on the gate, you will appreciate this skill a lot, and who knows if they don't add another boss with life still on the line. The first special skill is her support skill for Jinwoo, and it applies Unrecoverable and Brand. Unrecoverable we saw in her second skill what it did, but Brand is an effect that you apply on the boss and it increases the crit rate and crit damage of units that attack him. So in simpler words, it increases your crit by 12%. The second special skill is the QT skill, and it's the skill she uses when you switch into her in battle after the previous hunter uses extreme evasion, core attack, or ultimate skill. It's important you enter the battle with this skill and make sure you hit the target, because it applies the brand effect and, as we saw it, increases your crit rate and damage. Her final skill is her ultimate skill, and it's also the skill that deals more damage in her whole kit, and its damage increased by 30% against branded target. No extra effects, it's just pure and raw absurd damage. You might be asking if branded is so important. Does she only apply branded with her kitty skill? No. If we check her passive, we can see that whenever the Dancer hits, you have a 66% chance to apply brand. As we talked about earlier, the Dancer is her first skill and the most important skill in the whole kit. Now that we understand her kit better, what are the stats and substats we're looking for? From main stats we can see that she scales off attack, so attack percent is the best for the head piece and the ring. But if you have a better additional attack piece, you can use it until you find a replacement. Apart from attack, she also increases her crit by a lot, so you want to have as much crit as possible. So for the boots, you want crit damage main stat. For the last main stat, you want light damage, obviously, since she deals light damage. For the main stats, we can already deduce that the substat needed. So you want to look out for attack percent, crit rate on the left side here, and crit damage on the right side here. But that does only 2 substats per piece. What are the other 2? Well, since she is a main DPS, you will want damage increase, defense penetration. This is what the perfect artifact for her would look like. Now that we know the stats to look for, what sets do we want? hae-in can use a lot of sets, so just go for what you have the best stats. But I would say her best would be the toughness set, since it gives crit rate and crit damage, and as we know, she wants them as much as possible. Apart from toughness, you can go for the armed set, since it increases your attack, and the force set ignores 50% of the defense. Or the one hit kill set just for pure ultimate damage, because she will hit like a truck. For accessories, almost all work for her, so again, go for the one that has the best stats, but if I had to say, the ones you can look for are the expert set, since it has a 50% chance to increase your attack every time you crit, which is amazing for her, or the champion on the field set. That also increases your attack when you crit, but it's a more consistent buff, even though it's a smaller increase compared to expert set. The expert set increases by 160% on the max buff, but it's a chance to increase, while the champion on the field set increases by 20%. For her team, I would say the best hunter to use her with is Min Byung-gu, because his ultimate increases your crit rate and crit damage. That's the most important buffs for her. Also, I would say that the Destroyer and Outstanding Connections are the best sets for supporting hae-in, since the Destroyer increases your team's power gauge acquisition and Outstanding Connections increase the team's attack when tagging out. Apart from him, you can use any shield breaker when going against a boss with shield. For rotations, I would say to start with shield breaker to remove the shield, then tag out for Min. Use Min's ulti, that will most likely be up thanks to Destroyer set, then tag out for hae-in and use her first skill before using her ulti, that should be up thanks to Min's Destroyer set. If you want to get hae-in, then I hope this guide enlightened you, and if you like the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, see ya!